In this video, we will show you how to replace your forward lower control arm on this Honda Accord. This will be located behind your rear wheel. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. The first thing we need to do is safely raise and support the rear of the vehicle so the wheels are off the ground. Once you've done that, continue on with all 4 of your 19mm lug nuts, the hubcap, and the wheel. With the wheel off, if you were to make your way under the vehicle, you're going to be able to find the forward rear control arm. Looking in this area, we have the mounting bolt that holds the control arm to the subframe of the vehicle. We're not going to be able to remove this bolt until we remove this plastic part here, so we'll do that first. To remove this shield, you'll find that you have 2 plastic push clips and 2 10mm headed mounting bolts. We'll start with the push clips. There's one right here. You can use a Phillips head screw to start unscrewing the center portion here. Once it does break free, typically you can make your way in between the center and the outer portion, remove the center, that'll unlock it, and you can slide it out of place. There we are. A quick inspection, we will be reusing these. With the shield out of the way, we can gain access to the mounting head. We'll be holding this with a 14mm. On the rear side of the subframe, we have a 17mm mounting nut. Use our wrench for this. We'll remove that, start it back on just a couple threads. Let's give this a couple loving bonks to break it free, but we're going to leave the mounting bolt in here temporarily. Once you have this area broken free, we'll follow that control arm all the way down to the knuckle. Now in this area, you're going to find that you have a 17mm headed mounting bolt that makes its way all the way through this area of the knuckle, through the rearward control arm, and comes out on the far end here. That has a 17mm headed mounting nut. We're going to have to remove this. Remove the nut and the mounting washer. At this point, you can go ahead and remove that mounting bolt. A quick inspection, if it looks like this is rotted and damaged, you need to go ahead and replace it. This one looks fine. We'll set it aside. Now we can finish removing this last mounting bolt here. Just going to use a hammer and punch to drive it out. We'll clean and inspect the mounting hardware here. Take hold of the control arm and remove it from the vehicle. There it is, friend. It's time to install our brand new rear forward lower control arm. We'll take this and slide it into position. Once you do have it in position, we'll continue on with the mounting bolt holding this to the subframe. This comes through from the front towards the rear. We'll use some copper anti-seize on the shanked area. Slide that right in there. We'll continue on with the cam adjustment point here. This should face straight down. We'll slide it into the groove. You can move this around as necessary. Install your mounting nut. Now we'll pause here and make our way to the outboard section. We've got our long bolt, once again, copper anti-seize on the shanked area. When you go to start this in, you may find that you have to align the suspension. We may have to tug it in one direction or the other as necessary. Get our mounting hardware in place here. Now we can release pressure from this area. We'll raise the suspension into the original ride height position, and then we can tighten our mounting hardware. We'll snug them up and torque them to 47 foot-pounds. Remove your support. Now that we have everything torqued, let's make sure that we reinstall this protective shield. We have our two 10mm headed mounting bolts. We'll start those in. Now we can continue on to our two push pins. When you install the push pins, you want to install the outer portion first and then lock it in by pressing in the center. And now snug up your mounting bolts. One last quick inspection in this area and we can reinstall the wheel. If your vehicle has a hubcap, install that now. You want to make sure you pay attention to the valve stem hole. We'll get that aligned with the valve stem on the wheel. Start on all four of your 19mm lug nuts, bottom them out. We'll get the wheel safely back down on the ground and we can torque each of these lug nuts to 80 foot-pounds. With the wheel on the ground, we'll torque these in a crisscross manner. Torqued. Okay, friend, we've got our vehicle back together. At this point, you want to go ahead and take it for a road test, listen for funny noises, and get yourself safely down to your local alignment shop. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.